राम राम जय राम। राम राम जय राम। रघुराम राम जय राम। राम राम जय राम। राम राम जय राम। रघुराम राम जय राम। रघुराम राम जय राम। कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम। कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम। श्रीमद्दशरथ नंदन राम। कौसल्या सुखवर्धन राम। श्रीमद्दशरथ नंदन राम। जानकी जीवन श्री रघुरामा। जानकी जीवन श्री रघुरामा। मारुति सेवित हे परंदामा। मारुति सेवित हे परंदामा। राम राम जय राम। रघुराम राम जय राम। राम राम जय राम। रघुराम राम जय राम। जय जय राम सीताराम। 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 Jai Jai Ram Sita Ram. 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 Ram Ram Jaya Rama. Raghuram Ram Jaya Rama. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Let us chant Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha 11 times. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. 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 Are you all able to see me clearly? Because when you are seen here, you have to see everything very near. This year, Swami Ishwarananda, the global head, in his first video talk known as Chinmaya Parishchai, had given this little suggestion to all of us as Chinmaya Mission members to start every meeting, whether it is a class or even board meeting or any meeting conducted in Chinmaya Mission, should begin with 11 times of chanting of Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Try if you can do that, that will be nice because this is 108th Jayanti of Gurudev. Also, he had pointed out 3 important things to be done. First one is Swadhyaya, study. So he had said, everybody who is in Chinmaya Mission should read 2 verses of Bhagavad Gita every day and reflect on that throughout the day. And that way, in a year's time, you would have completed entire Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we always say, oh, we don't have time to read, or this way, it's a discipline of completing the entire Bhagavad Gita with Gurudev's commentary. You can keep it next to your bed also. As soon as you wake up, you start. Or if you forgot the day, then before you go to sleep, you should complete it. In many of the hotels, you'll find they keep Bible also next to the bed. 2 purposes. One for prayer, other one is if the pillow is not high enough, you can use it as a razor. No, but that is not the idea here. Gita, you keep it next to your bed. It is also a good companion to sleep. But also reminds you that you should begin the day with the study of Bhagavad Gita and reflection on it. Reflection is important because we will think about it throughout the day and write our own understanding of what we have read. This owning up of the thoughts or suggestions, advice, teaching is what would make us change our life. What we read is one thing, what we reflect and digest is what would make the difference. Just like when you eat, not everything that you eat, you digest. But what you digest is what makes you healthy. And then second one he said was seva. First is study, the second one is seva. I'm sure all of you are connected to the mission doing some seva or the other. But what is important is how you are extending your seva in such a way, more people come join you to do the same thing. Each one bring one. Add more people to the area of your seva, so that new people will also come with new ideas, also support you in doing what you're doing. And another important seva which we as Chinmaya Mission members should do is, there are many videos by Guruji, Gurudev, Swami Ishwarananda. Once in a while, when it is sent to you, you should pass it on to your contacts, your friends. You are getting unnecessary so many things from WhatsApp. But why not you give in return something useful to them? Give that contact or link to your friends, not mission members again, because they all would get it. Send it to your contacts people, your own friends and relatives and whoever is interested. Also, when you are sending email, you may see in that below your name, which you can default it. In every email, you can put, that, your signature can be put. Below that, put a quote of Gurudev. Then change it if you can every week, at least if not every week, every month. So introduce Gurudev's thoughts and quotes, ideas to the world. This is also a seva, which you can do at home itself. The third one is personal worship, upasana. So we must have a personal deity which we daily worship. If not elaborately as a puja, at least sit in front of the deity of your own heart and do nama japa of that Lord every day. Or even Gurudev altar, you sit there and there chant Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Depends upon the time that you have, 11 times or 27 times or 54 times or 108 times. So study, seva, and also the upasana. These three things he had suggested that we take up in this 108th Jayanti of Gurudev. So since I got this opportunity to talk to you, I suggest that we all do it. You know, when you are retired, don't get tired. No, you do not feel, I'm now retired, I'm tired. No. Gurudev said there is no question of tiring, getting retired from your spiritual sadhana. There is nothing called retirement from spiritual sadhana. Till the last breath, we should continue and, in fact, improve on that. More to be done. Because it is personal growth. As I have said before also, when you are in Vanaprastha, don't become Vanaraprastha. Don't run here and there, then from child, then one daughters to one, another son, another son, another son, and taking care of their children. It becomes another grahasthashram only. So do engage in things that will expedite your spiritual growth. Now it is said, the topic that we have taken here is forgive, forget, and heal. It is said that Bhagavan gives and forgives. We get and forget. Bhagavan always gives. If we were to be punished for all the mistakes that we have done in this life itself, if Bhagavan were to punish us for all the mistakes that we have done in this life, we will not be alive. Knowingly or unknowingly, we have been doing a lot of mistakes. I mean, not now, but you might have done when you are young, when you are in the middle age, or when you are unruly teenager. And for those mistakes, if Bhagavan has to punish us, we will not have a single day of happiness, single moment of joy. What to talk about Purvakritam karma, which we don't even know what all things we have done in the previous lives. Is it not true? That if our minds are quiet, peaceful, without any external aid or dependency, that only shows Bhagavan has forgiven us for what we have done so far. Had it not been, we would not be having a restful mind. Shaknoti heva yassodam praksharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam vegam sayuktasya sukhi nara. Bhagavan Krishna says, in this very life itself, a person who is able to withstand the force of desire and anger, such a person alone is really happy. Kama krododbhavam vegam yash shaknodi ihayeva sasuki naraha. Kama and krodha that comes into our mind without being externally instigated is because of purva karma. What desire will come, what kind of things will upset us, cannot be even predicted. And it comes to us so suddenly in our mind, and only if we are able to withstand it with our practice, then alone we can be truly happy. The world will not help you. World is not there to help you also. World is only to provide you avenues and fields of indulgence. Unless we consciously go for the field of our spiritual growth. Is it not? Unless you took your children to Bal Vihar, or you are taking your children to and grandchildren to Bal Vihar, do you think things would happen on its own? Many people say, oh, he's not interested. Well, who are you to ask them? It is your responsibility to take them to the field of growth. If your child has to play football or basketball, the field comes to them. Do they come home and play the game? You go there, right? Because you know, I need to do this. My child has to excel in some sports or something. You pay money, you take them, you put them in the car and go there and sit there. And there are called basketball dads sitting there. For the game, they sit down for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Bal Vihar, drop and run. I always tell the parents, when the Bal Vihar children come here, they grow, but you don't. You grow only when you are part of it. So, it is necessary that we need to choose the field of growth. So when you are bringing your children, etc., you need to make sure that they are regularly coming and doing it. So coming to our point here, Kama and Krodha, unasked, they come to our mind. But how we handle those thoughts, that makes us whether happy or unhappy. And if at all our mind is able to remain quiet and peaceful without any external aid, it is Bhagavat Prasad only. It's Lord's grace. Otherwise you have to depend upon external substances also. Now it is freely available. Once I was giving a lecture in Humboldt, University, towards after PRC, that side, on meditation. And at the end of the talk, how peaceful everybody can become. And I was giving practice of meditation also, mainly students, university students. And then one boy came to me, one young man. He said, how long you have been practicing meditation? Well, maybe some 10 years now. Oh. And how much you have achieved? What do you mean by achievement? To be peaceful, to be quiet. As most of the time I could remain peaceful, even if I practice for half an hour, at least 10 minutes or so. Oh, only 10 minutes? Not the entire 30 minutes? No, it's hard because the mind is running and many thoughts. You want to reduce your thoughts? I said, yeah, you have any technique? Yeah. One powder he gave. Take this. I said, namaskar. I don't want that. And during those times, it is rare to get. Nowadays, it is freely available. So external substances or external aids also can make your mind quiet, but it is dangerous. So first thing we have to understand is, if at all my mind is able to be quiet, it is Bhagavan's grace and He has forgiven the mistakes that I have knowingly or unknowingly committed. That is the reason why in the beginning of the day you should chant this mantra. Kayena vacha manasendriyairva buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhavat karomi yatyat sakalam parasmai narayana yeti samarpayami. Right? There in the beginning of the day you say karomi yatyat sakalam. Whatever I do, may I remember that I am doing it for Bhagavan. Kayena, sharirena, manasa, indriyaihi va, buddhi, atmanava, yatyat karomi, sakalam, narayana iti, parasme narayana iti samarpaya. So begin the day with remembrance of the Lord and say consciously, and whatever I am doing, Bhagavan is the one who is going to be receiving whatever I do, not individual people here. With that thought, when we engage in action, our mind is unpolluted. But in case if we are, in the beginning stages, yes, it will be difficult for us because we are so habituated to do things or say things or think. And then we catch ourselves saying that, oh, I should not have said that, I should not have done that, I should not have thought like this. At that time, when you recognize that you have done things which are against your own principles or your own understanding, wisdom, at the end of the day, what do you say? Karacharana kritam vak kayajam karmacham va shravana nayanajam va manasam va aparadam vihitam avihitam va sarvamedat kshamasva Shiva Shiva Karunabde Sri Mahadeva Shambhu. Please forgive me, O Lord. Kshamasva. Bhagavan Shiva, you have to ask for Kshama. Because he is the only person who can accommodate everybody's mistakes. Because he is annihilator, destroyer of all imperfections. And all the people who are maybe sinners, maybe not perfect, he is the only person who can accommodate all that others don't want. Who is ready to take your sin or your impurities or negativities? Bhagavan Shiva, Bole Baba, chalo chalo, de do. I am ready to take it. So sarvam edat kshamasva. Vihitam avihitam va sarvam. So the end of the day, invoke Bhagavan Shiva and ask for his forgiveness. As Gurudev would say in his Shiva Aparada Shabamada Stotram. Right? In the beginning itself he says, Ādau karma prasangat kalayati kalusham matrukukshav stitam minmutra mityamadye kvadayati nitaram jataro jataveta. So, because of what I have done in the past, many lives, actions, again and again and again and again, I am born, sitting in the womb of the mother, suffering there for so many months. All those suffering are because of what? I forgot your name. Chantavyo me aparada Shiva 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 Bo Sri Mahadeva Shambhu. Oh Lord, please forgive me that I forgot to remember your name and for which you are putting me back again only to make me remember that I should do it now. It is like, when people do commit mistakes or crime, what they do is they take them to the prison. Nowadays, they are not called prison. What is it called? Correction facility. Isn't it? You don't want to call him as prison. Correction. This world is a correction facility. Really. We all have whatever we have done. Bhagavan has given this opportunity as a human birth so that you correct yourself. I'm giving you opportunity. Because if you listen to Gurudev's talk on this Shiva Aparadha Kshamapana Stotram, you laugh and laugh and laugh. You should listen to that. Because every stage of life, we do commit so many mistakes. And he says many times, even as a child, when a young child, which cannot even speak, and, he writes there, in the Shankaracharya's composition, and the insects will bite me, and then I feel uncomfortable. I just cry because I do not know how to express myself to the mother, and mother thinks I am hungry. And she will feed me. I'm full. But I can't say anything. No, it is not that there is a mosquito behind me killing, biting me. She doesn't know. She will feed me also. And the top of it, she will start singing. And that horrible thing I cannot tolerate. I close my eyes immediately. Open one eye and say, she's over, not still singing. We have, in Chinmaya Mission LA, we have Swaranjali, all right. There is one group called Shlokanjali. They do only shlokas. Okay. And I call them as Slokanjali. Everything they stand so slow, you will invariably go to sleep. Arati Sri Chinmaya Sadguru Ki. Anyway, so in that forgiveness, Guru, forgive me that if you read that Gurudev's commentary. So when I am young, then I am very proud of myself. I never care about anybody saying anything, and I do whatever I want to do according to my own whims and fancies, not knowing that these are all wrong. So every stage we make so many mistakes. So knowingly or unknowingly. So it is necessary that we ask for forgiveness from the Lord every day. Beginning of the day, submit to Him. I am going to do certain things. Please forgive me, Lord, if there is any going mistake, anything that I would be doing. At the end of the day, I knowingly or unknowingly made so many mistakes. Please forgive me. Interesting thing is, as much as you are seeking the forgiveness from the Lord, and because of whose forgiveness alone we can be happy, so too, we must forgive people around us. Nobody in this world is perfect. If we are perfect, we won't be human. Human beings mean we have certain limitations, imperfections, impurities. Whether we recognize it or not, it is there. And when we recognize, we sometimes fail to correct also. One thing we should understand that is, we are not here to correct others. The world is like a mirror. It reflects whatever it reflects. From there, you understand and correct yourself. It's like standing in front of the mirror. Will you correct the mirror or you? What do you do? If there is something, I think there is something wrong in the mirror. Even if the mirror is clean, if something wrong here, you should correct here. So too the world is there for us to know what we should not do. Very rarely we learn from the people around what we should do. And if at all you are learning, that person, whoever is doing the right thing, understand Bhagavan is telling us this is the right thing to do. That's why company of the Mahatmas are important. When we can see their behavior, the way they do things, oh, this is the way to do. Karma vijikitsa va vritta vijikitsa va syat etatra brahmana asammarshinaha yukta ayuktaha aluksha dharma kamasyuhu yata te tatra varteran tata tatra varteta esha adesha. In graduation time you chant that, right? Whenever you have a doubt about what to do or how to behave, karma vijikitsa va vritta vijikitsa va, when you have a vijikitsa, doubt, etatra brahmana sammarshina, where there are people who have read the scriptures properly and living a life without any strong desire of personal nature, such people will demonstrate to you, do that. Now, not that we can find such people around us all the time. So what the world around you does, when you recognize that this is not the way I should behave, this is not the way I should talk, correct yourself. No, this is not the way to behave. Don't imitate others. When you blindly imitate others, it doesn't actually grow into you as your personality. When you emulate instead of imitate, then it becomes your own. So with the Mahatmas or Mahapurushas or Satpurushaha, in their presence, when we observe, we should emulate, cultivate, bring in those qualities. So again, we have received forgiveness from the Lord, and we are to pass on that forgiveness to all the people around us, even if they are doing mistakes, even if they are not treating us properly, even if they are disrespectfully behaving. That much only they know. Or probably Bhagavan is saying that patience. Don't react there. So that is living the life of forgiving. In one church, one priest was telling to the congregation, senior citizens like this, the Lord wants all of us to forgive everybody around us, whatever mistakes that others have done to you. Today, let us all close our eyes and forgive all of them. Let us do the prayer. And he was chanting some, prayers, and then everybody is following, except one old lady. Sorry, senior citizen. She was not doing. She was almost 90 years old. So then, after the prayer, the priest came to her and said, "Ma'am, why you didn't participate? All of them are doing their prayers to forgive those people who have done wrong to them. Why you don't do?" She said, "All those people who did wrong to me are dead and gone." Why? She's already 90, so what else do you expect? See, forgiving is not to make yourself feel good about forgiving them. It is to make your mind less burdened. If you keep remembering what others wrong they have done, you will never be happy. Everyone, this fellow did this, and that fellow did this, and this. The more older we become, more things come to us. A little child does not remember anything, because it doesn't have an experience. But as we grow, I mean, teenagers are busy with whatever they do. They never care about what's going on around them. But as we grow, become old, our mind is so preoccupied with vriddhastavatva, chinta sakta. Oh, he did this, she did this, I did. And there's no end. Or yourself, I should have done this, I could have done this, this also. Unable to forgive oneself, one's own mistakes. And more about others' mistakes, those who have done. See, anybody whom we look, all the whole history comes in front of them. So, if our mind has to be peaceful, just let it go. No, but nothing in this world worthy of remembering again and again. Samay bhi nahi. No, you should not have any time for this. Time is not an external factor, it is available in your mind. It depends upon where you spend it. That one you cannot stop. That clock, this is running, you cannot stop. It will continue to run. But what you do in those available time in your mind, if you are preoccupied with all other things, that's what Gurudev said, regrets of the past, anxieties about the future. If the mind is able to forgive without any regret, my mind is not available for all these things. Sorry, your time being short, being senior citizen, you have to pay more attention to this. Unfortunately, true. You don't have all the time in the world to do this. You have to be expedited in this process. This is about forgiveness. Second thing is forget. Forgiving is where at that instance you want to get that out of your mind by Bhagavan, you take care of it. You know, one lady came to me and said, and very crying. I think I have narrated this instance earlier in another occasion also. You were very, very, very unhappy. I said, what happened? Swamiji, during COVID time, I was very sick and my mother was also sick back in India. And she passed away. And I couldn't go. I feel so guilty that I was not there with her when the last moment of her life. I feel so guilty. What do I do, Swamiji? I cannot forgive myself. I just cannot do that. And she went on crying. I waited for some time. Then after she finished, she asked Swamiji, what is that I can do? I said, you want short-term solution or long-term solution? Which one you want? Start with the short one. Okay. The short-term solution is, since it has happened, it's over, and it is really a waste of time to keep feeling guilty, not able to forgive, because it's not going to change anything. It is not going to change the situation that it has already happened. Now, it is like some people come and ask me, oh, Mahabharat mein aisa kiya, kyun kiya hai? Arey, ho gaya. Why are you asking me why he did this, why he did that, and what is the point in it? Because that is a recorded history. We cannot go and change it. I ask the children, youth, this question. Why did Krishna ask Arjuna to kill Karna? Do you know? Why did Krishna ask Arjuna to kill Karna? The answer is Karna hai. Those who understand, understand. Arey, what can I say about it? There's a recorded history, right? We are not going to change it. Even if you think of changing it, cannot change. So what has already happened, that you are not, we're not able to go there, it is a fact. But thinking about it, feeling guilty about it, unable to forgive that, that is not going to help. So what should I do, Swamiji? Pray. That your mother, wherever she is right now, in whichever form she is now, may she be happy. May she forgive me, for I was not there with her at the time when she wanted me most. Sorry, oh Bhagavan, please take care of her, and you do the prayer. Replace your guilt with prayer. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. This is the prayer we do. Right? This is a short-term solution. But okay, Swamiji, you said long-term solution. What is that? See, this long-term solution to be applied to everyone, not only your mother, everyone whom you deal with in your life. What is that? Are you ready to take a long-term solution? It will be very hard for you. No, I am ready. Okay. Don't complain afterwards. In this long journey of you being a soul, you had many mothers. You were also a mother for so many people over many, many lives. This life, you happen to be this daughter of someone, and she happened to be the mother of you. It's in the long journey of the soul, it's a very short episode. Expand your vision. The soul is on an eternal journey, not only yours, ours also. In that we meet probably the same people, same soul again and again, or many others. The mother that you have left behind is one among the thousands of mothers you left behind. So all that you have to think about is, she as a soul, let her continue her journey towards the liberation, and me as another soul, let me continue my journey toward liberation, unless we meet in Brahmapada, where we merged everything. The long-term solution is, understand it's a little small, short episode in your life. Expand your vision. This is what Bhagavan said, right, to Arjun. Whom are you killing? You are on an eternal journey, Arjun. These are all antamanta ime dehaha. These are all little limited bodies. This dehi nityam avadyoyam. Dehe sarvasya bharata. Avadyaha. Dehi avadyaha. Deha vadyaha. Body is subject to death. Dehi, the soul, avadyaha. Cannot be destroyed. So your own mother's soul is not gone anywhere. She is not dead. She is there, continuing her journey. As much as you are. We are in a long journey and we meet people here and there, and we build a relationship as mother or a daughter, whatever it is. Play the role very well. Do your duties to her, or she may be doing her duties to you, and understand this relationship is only for a time being. Look at your people around you as souls on an eternal journey. Don't confine them to who they are to you. They may be father, maybe brother, maybe sister, maybe son, maybe daughter, maybe anybody else, friend. They are all eternal souls. You also. Bhagavan says, you are also. I am also. And we come to have certain situations where we meet that very intelligently, but do not linger on. Keep going. Charevedi, charevedi. So forgiveness from a highest plane is where we recognize our eternal nature, and then let us not be controlled and conditioned by the temporary situations of life. Just chhod those. Keep going. And as you forgive the people around for whatever they might have done, according to you, some mistakes, do not tell them, I forgive you. And then also don't tell them that, remember that I forgive you. It would be very insulting, you know. Remember you did that, I forgive that. Therefore, what you should do? Forget. Even as you forgive, you forget it. Don't remember about what you did to that person, good or bad, whatever it is happened. I don't even remember this. It is not even coming to my memory. Now, how much you carry on your head? If you keep repeating in your mind what you have forgiven this person, forgiven that person, you cannot forget, and you make sure that that fellow doesn't forget. I remembered a very interesting story. Mullah Nasruddin, after a long journey, he came back home. His wife was very, very upset. And she said, you have not paid the rent for the owner for many months. And he came yesterday continuously, daunting me, saying that your husband did not pay the rent of this house. And again and again he came in your absence. I just could not have good sleep at all. I was only suffering sleepless nights for many, many days. So Mullah Nasruddin also felt very bad. And he also spent some 3-4 sleepless nights. One day he decided, I had to find an end to this. He went to that owner's place, knocked at the door. And you have come to my house to demand for your rent. And constantly you were haunting her. And she had spent sleepless nights, and I am also spending sleepless nights. I want to bring an end to this. So I said, okay, give me the money. I'm not going to give you. Now you have your sleepless nights. Passed on the sleepless night to him. I'm not giving you. Go whatever you want to do. So if you cannot forget, and if you want other fellow also not to forget, you are caught in a whirlpool then. Not only you forgive people, you must not remember that you forgive. You should not remind them also about that. Forget it. Don't even open the topic. I have no time for this. That is true sadhana. Our mind has to be free no matter what. There are certain impediments, certain small pin and pricks in life where you do not have such, everything will not be comfortable all the time. Not all people are going to behave the same way. I have better things to think about. So, forgive, forget. But one thing you should not forget is what you are getting it from God. That you should not forget. See, take it for granted what we are being given by the Lord. And what we always take it for granted is what He does. Are you every day thanking the sun? Or the moon? Or the air? Or the water? Or the trees around you? Or the fruits that it gives? Do you? Go on, thank the tree every day. Thank you for giving me the fruits. Thank you, sun. We do as a part of our tradition, we have the prayers for that every day one has to do. But we conveniently don't do it. Is it not because of Bhagavan's grace alone, all the things around us that we are taken for granted, making us able to live? What He gives, you should not forget. Never. That is how we live gratefully. And what it does that is when we do not forget what we have received from, not only from the nature, from the Lord, and also benevolent people around us who have given us teachers, parents, well-wishers, good-hearted people, directly or indirectly those who are helping us to survive. What it will do is it will heal you. Your own wounds get healed. Your own inner negativities will start disappearing. When we realize that how many people, how many things I take it for granted are making me able to even breathe even this moment. All your inner imperfections or impurities or regrets or your own sorrows and other things that will be there because of your own expectations are not met. Sun and the moon, as Gurudev would say, all these things are serving you without you expecting anything. All of them are serving you. Think about it. Your body is serving you. You only eat. It serves you. The air that we breathe is a service. Free service. So all that we take it for granted are the Bhagavan's work. We eat. Digestion is Bhagavan is doing. That will heal you. You will have no time to feel unhealthy about anything. That's why the banana book that we bought, heal thy mind, heal thyself. If you read it carefully, it is healthy mind, healthy self. Heal thy means what? If you split it, heal thyself. If you connect it, healthy self. A healthy person is one who self-heals. Isn't not our body also? What do you call the health of the body? When you have a wound, when you have a cough or cold, it heals itself. That's a healthy body. If you want external things to help to keep you healthy, that's not a healthy body. In today's world, people live longer not because they are healthy medicine. If the medicines were not available, 40, 50 only. Gone. Maximum time. Because we go on putting in so many tablets every day. I know one lady, she was driving me to one place to another, a long drive. She was putting some pills. I said, what are you taking? 2 Tylenol, Swamiji. So you have a headache? No, I'm expecting. Expecting, not expecting. Expecting to be having headache over a period of time, therefore. So we take pill even before it is happening. When I was taking people to Kailash, I tell them, you have to do the trekking, hiking the mountains. Every month you have to do it. So I used to take people. Every month I take people to some heights, 10,000, 12,000, so that they will get ready over a period of 6 months. And one particular instruction I give them. When you are going with me for climbing, do not take painkillers before. What they do, take the painkillers and start. You will never know what the body actually has to exert. When you take the painkiller and then start, you will never feel. In the same way, I am expecting a problem. So that is not a healthy body. A healthy body is that which is able to self-heal. So too, our mind, when we recognize that already without me asking for it, Bhagavan is doing so much of seva to me, I have no question to come. No, nothing to complain in this world. No complaints. Everything that is happening in my life is a blessing. If that attitude comes to our mind all the time, it will start becoming healthy, heal itself. So, it is said, Narasya avaranam rupam, rupasya avaranam gunaha, gunasya avaranam jnanam, jnanasya avaranam kshama. The forgiveness is the avaranam, an ornament in the human personality. Bhagavan Sri Rama, first thing, as soon as when he was in the forest, when all the mothers along with Bharata came to meet him, whom did he meet first? Not Kausalya. Kaikeyi. Not only to heal her, because she was feeling so bad. First thing he did, the namaskar to her. Mother, because she was feeling so bad, and even Lakshmana was feeling very bad. Definitely Bharata was. In front of Bharata, first thing he saluted was Kaikeyi. Why? I forgive you. Don't feel bad. It is ordained to happen. Not that he spoke about this, but he knew that this is supposed to happen. But she doesn't know that. Bharata doesn't know that. Sita probably would know. Lakshman doesn't know that. All others in the Gramavasin or the Ayodhyavasis, they don't know that. All of them feeling very negative about her. And she is feeling so isolated, felt so bad because of her. So many things happened. And nobody wants to see her or talk to her. First thing he did was that. See? That's what we learn. How he consciously did that. Healing, not only your own ability to understand how I am being constantly blessed by the Lord will help you, but at the same time, it heals others as well. So this way, forgive, forgive for the mistakes that others have done around you. There is no need to remember that. Carrying the burden in your head. Also forgive yourself. Pray. Understand the long journey of the soul. No time to regret for anything in this life. Similarly, forget. Forget all the mistakes that others have done. Don't even, whatever forgiven, also don't remind them. But not forget what you have been receiving from the Lord. Always be thankful. Kritagnyata should be there. To the gurus, to the teachers, to the parents, to the people, to the around you who had because of whom you received so many things. And especially when we remember how unasked the Lord is helping us. Even in meeting a guru is a great blessing. Is it not in Vivek Chudamani said, it is Deva Anugraha Hetukam. It's a blessing of the Lord that we are able to meet a guru of great knowledge. And he alone can really heal the soul. Our own physical body also may probably, as it goes through the old age, etc., healing process is also very slow. But most importantly, our mind should heal. And that is possible only when we constantly have attitude of gratitude towards God, towards everything that we receive. Unasked, we are being blessed constantly. This way, let us live a life of forgiveness, forgetting others' mistakes, and healing ourselves. That is the way to live healthy. Body will be, going through all sort of different situations, and old age and other things will be there. If your mind is healthy, this is what I have seen. When I was growing up, I was living with, I've told you this before also, I was staying with my grandfather and grandmother. And my grandfather, all the time, he would complain about everything. 70 years old he was at that time. I mean, nowadays I look at 70, he's not that old. But he was 70 and he was behaving like 80. Like, complaining about everything under the sun. Hot and then cold, and then the prices in the, all the things are shooting up. Prices are so high. Well, the pollution there, traffic noise is there, and then all the time. In my mind, I have decided if I grow old at this age, I should not behave like this. But what is the way out? I don't know. It so happened while I was there in that household itself, I met Gurudev in 1986. At that time he was 70. Same age as my grandfather. And he was addressing the youth in the city. And 2 hours he was standing and talking and jumping and laughing and giggling all the time. That is when my paradigm shift happened. If at all I live at this age, I should be like him and definitely not like the one at home. Paradigm shift. The whole idea of old age has changed to me. Old age is full of regrets and then complaints. That changed. See him. He's so much laughter and giggling and happy and enthusiastic and talking and what a contrast. That day I decided, no, I'm not going to follow what my grandfather does. I will follow what he does. And I want to know how he does that. So, be in the company of people who are cheerful, enthusiastic, doing seva with great joy. Then you will see that you will not even have a time to think about your personal issues. Body will go through its own pangs of old age and other things, but keep it aside and keep going. After all, this is only a vehicle. So Gurudev demonstrated how to grow old gracefully, joyfully, enthusiastically. So may Gurudev's blessings be with us on this 108th Jayanti of Gurudev. May his teachings inspire us. May his guidance be always with us to move ahead in our life. Let us forgive, forget, and heal. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kasyid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. It was in the year 1990. I was secretary of Chinmaya Mission Bangalore. And one day, while during Gurudev's stay, when Gurudev's yajna was going on, I was taking care of his needs and his schedule, a daily schedule. One day, one person approached me and said, Swamiji, at that time, no, secretary, I want to meet Swamiji on one of the afternoons. Is it possible? I said, I'll check with him. I asked Gurudev. He said, let him come at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. I told him, 4 o'clock tomorrow, exactly 4 o'clock you should be there. 3:55, Gurudev opened the door. Where is he? I said, Swamiji, let me find out. And I ran down, and that fellow was, he was coming, from his, wherever he was. At that time, catching a bus, catching an auto, and then he finally reached the place. And then Swamiji is waiting, another 2 minutes, you should be there. So it was an upstairs of the house. He finally came and sat down. And then he knocked the door of Gurudev. Swamiji is here. Okay. Came out. Sat down. Yes, what's your question? So I'm a journalist from Malayalam Manorama. Okay. Malayalam Manorama is a magazine or newspaper from Kerala. So I want to ask you a question and your thoughts about it. About what? At that time, Babri Masjid was going on. That destruction and removal of that. So what is your thoughts about it? Next half an hour, the way he spoke, as though he's addressing thousands of people. Only me and him. He spoke so strongly about, main point is, what is ours, we should reclaim. There is no question about that. What belongs to us cannot be looted from us. And we have the right to pick it back, and it is our, not only right, it is our responsibility. And he turned around to me and said, we have just started. It may not happen in my lifetime, but it will happen in your lifetime. So I fondly remember what he said 33 years back, that it will happen in my lifetime. I remember that. So this is happening in another 10 days. So all of you must participate in that. At your own home, chant the name of the Lord, do arati, sing the bhajans. And I think that the webcast or whatever they would be doing from that place where Bhagavan is coming after 500 years back home, not 14 years of exile, 500 years of exile. And he's coming back to his own abode. We must fondly welcome him. And it's not only just in India that celebration is, the entire world is celebrating this great occasion. And we should very proudly participate in that. Okay, that is not this Sunday, the following Sunday evening, 21st of January. Evening, around 8 o'clock it starts. So, mark your calendar and be part of it. Leave aside all other engagements. This will not happen. This is a historical event that you will have the joy of participating in your lifetime. And you can say to your grandchildren, and I was there when watching this happening. So please do that. Hari Om.